Hey guys, welcome to ProTech. Steven here. Today we're going to talk about fire starters. And we start a lot of fires in the training academy where you bring your bug out bag and you've got your carbine and your pistol, and we come and train for 2 hours a week. It's just great training. But anyways, part of that training is the survival side of things. And we've experimented with several different fire starting methods. And I remember my buddy down at, I'm going to give him a shout out, my buddy down in South Carolina, Rob Zimmerman. Hey Rob, he showed me a really effective way to start a fire. And that is using cotton balls dipped in 60% beeswax, just whatever beeswax you can find. This is just yellow, 100% natural beeswax. You can get about 2 pounds of it for 15, 20 bucks shipped to your house. And olive oil. So 60% beeswax, 40% olive oil. And what I did, what was really easy for me, is I just took a mason jar, and you can see it's cooled down now. There's a little bit left in the bottom, like a candle almost. And I filled it up to about there with beeswax and about there with liquid olive oil, and put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and it melted down. And then I took some metal tongs, and I dipped a half a cotton ball each. So that's a half of a cotton ball. Just dipped it down in there and set it on parchment paper or wax paper, just using metal tongs. So I just took one of these, dunked it down in there about that long. That's all longer it takes. It fills up with molten or liquid beeswax and olive oil, and just let it drip for a minute, and then set her down. Do it again. If you do it on the wax paper or on the parchment paper, you don't make a mess anywhere. So anyways, I've made another batch, obviously, and I've added some to my bug out bag. So this is a good opportunity to show you guys a video. So we're going to go outside here. Stay. Another way, I've started a lot of fires with another method, using Vaseline and a cotton ball. Now today it's wet. You can see that it's raining a little bit right now, but you can see it's wet and muddy outside. There's puddles and mud everywhere. So we've got a pile of branches that have been picked up in the yard over, I don't know, past month or so, and they've obviously been outside in the wet all night long. So this is a good opportunity to really test this thing out. So just going to set you guys over here. This is my bug out bag. I've got it set up. To where this bottom compartment here has some initial need items in it, like for instance a nice ripstop poncho. This is from, I think, Old Grouch's Army Supply. They built it there and actually patented it. Recommend looking them up. It's about 75 bucks, but it's probably the best poncho you can buy. And you can use it for all kinds of stuff. It's got reverse snaps on it and everything, but I'll take that out, unroll it, set it on the ground, and put my pack on it. That kind of gives me some workspace to set stuff out on. And then grab one of my knives. And then I've got a little boonie hat here with all my fire starting stuff in it. So here are my cotton balls in beeswax and olive oil, and then here is my Vaseline and cotton balls. I've started several fires with this. Notice I keep a little lighter in the bag too. And then I've also got some of those cold weather or wet weather matches in a waterproof container. But of all the things in here, I'd take this. This is a fire starting stick, a strike stick by Bear Grylls. You can get these, I think, Walmart and most places, and this. So what you do is take your cotton ball out, and really and truly I could start a fire with half of this. This one half of a cotton ball will burn for almost 10 minutes. It's amazing. So you take it and you tear it open, make it fuzzy, spread it out, and it's okay if you get some on your hands, because it's beeswax and olive oil, and it just soaks right into your hands. It's a moisturizer. Okay, so what I like to do is kind of make a little makeshift bowl if I can, and then I'll pull off a few little pieces and put them down in the middle of the bowl. So you can see what I'm doing here. I've got kind of a little bowl going, and I'm just pulling off pieces like this, throwing them down in there, because I'm getting ready to use that strike stick to throw a spark down into this thing. Okay, so that's good enough. So about like that. I'm going to throw my spark right in there. So now this is a very wet pile of branches and leaves and stuff. So this will be a great test. I'm not even gonna try to build a little teepee like I normally do to put the tinder into. I'm just gonna go ahead and dig out a spot here and go to town. So here we go. There, I'm gonna stick it in here underneath these small twigs. Let's see, you guys, can you see it? There we go. All right. Bear with me. Pun intended, Bear Grylls. There we go. Maybe. Keep dropping them beneath it. Okay. I'm going to drag it out a little bit, start it, and then I'm going to push it back in there. Pardon my technical difficulties. They're going everywhere but in it. Alright, let's make some more fuzzies here. I dropped a couple in there and it didn't ignite. You guys probably aren't too impressed right now, are you? There we go. That's what you want, that fuzzy right there. And then drop your ember right in it, if you can. Oh, come on. There we go. Now see there, it's burning. Stick it in here before I burn my fingers. Okay. So while that's burning, I'm just going to turn that a little bit. We'll also try a piece of this cotton ball and Vaseline. Another thing you can do with your poncho, you just set your pack down on the ground for a minute, unfold it another level or two, keep it dry, set your pack on it, throw the poncho over it. There's this other stuff put in there too. It's not raining very bad right now, otherwise I'd have my Gore-Tex top and bottom on, but my clothes are water resistant, so no big deal. But here's that Vaseline cotton ball, just to show you a comparison of the two. You can see our little fire starter's still burning really well in there. It's got to dry the wood out first before it'll take. There's Vaseline in a cotton ball. Now see, that burns a lot faster than the beeswax and cotton ball. That'll burn up in maybe a minute, whereas that beeswax isn't even, I don't even think it's 10 or 20% burn up yet. And that, you need a flame like that versus a flame like this when your wood is all wet like this is. See, this wood is is very wet, so the flame not only has to burn the wood, it's got to dry it out enough first before it'll burn. Okay, and this won't do it because it won't burn long enough. This would work. I mean, yeah, it would do it, but won't do it as effectively as the beeswax and olive oil will, just because it doesn't burn long enough. But in a pinch, you could probably find Vaseline and a cotton ball easier than you could find some beeswax pellets. So that's an alternative. That, say, if you ran out of the beeswax, you could probably make some Vaseline and cotton balls and make something work. I'm going to show it to you again, another close-up. The Vaseline and cotton ball is almost finished being burnt up, and the beeswax and cotton ball is still going strong. So that's almost done. Let me set you guys here. Alright, I'm going to go put this stuff away, and you guys can watch, and I'll talk to you. Pardon my voice, I get a sore throat once a year in the winter, so I'm due. Yeah, you want to pack your bug out bag so that if it is raining and it's wet and nasty, you can get to your stuff pretty quickly, so that you don't have to expose everything in your pack to the rain. And know where the stuff in your bag is. That's crucial. I'm going to wear this for a little bit and dry it out. So there's the cotton ball and the Vaseline. What's left of it, it didn't burn. And then there is the cotton ball and the beeswax. And it's obviously burnt long enough. You can see the cotton ball and the beeswax is still burning down in there. It's that black glob in there. And it's burnt long enough to start that fire. Now I'm not going to mess with trying to, well, maybe I will. Trying to keep it going. Okay, I'm going to show you a quick technique here. So once you get a little bit of tinder dried, you've got to get more. You got to get more to dry. So what you do is you break pieces and put it over the top of the dry burning wood, not down in on the flame per se, but over the top of it. And then as you go, it'll take off. It'll dry out and take off. So I'm just going to leave this be. If it burns, it burns. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't care. But guys, stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time.